This video documents a fall pilgrimage to the Great Watkins Glen International Raceway for a few days on track with Chin Motorsports. Eric Cote, Rob Gagliardo, Max Fisher, Jeff Lacker, Ken Wilkinson, Greg Zogby, and I all descended upon the Finger Lakes area of upstate New York for the track event and other sightseeing. Eric and I flew up, and the others traveled by road with trailered race cars in tow.
I've got several things to do. I need to call back to air traffic control and say that I'm now ready to go. And he'll kind of like start the clock on me and officially reserve this airspace that I'm about to use for me. And then, so he'll release me. And then I need to contact our local area here and say I'm leaving because this is a non-towered airport, so you have to make your own reports. And we're going to go into the clouds pretty quick, and it's okay. We're just going to keep climbing, and we want to get up to a point where we're looking at clouds, not in clouds. But even if we're in clouds the whole way, I mean, that's not crazy. Potomac clearance delivery, Cirrus 1963 Echo, number 1, holding short 34 at Hanover, ready for departure.
Cirrus 63 Echo, roger, stand by. November 63 Echo, enter control airspeed direct code intersection on Louisa departure clearance, what if not off 5 minutes?
Cleared for departure, direct coat, once in controlled airspace, 63 Echo. I'll let you know if I'm not off in 5 minutes. Hanover traffic, Cirrus 1963 Echo, departing 34, departing to the north. We always check to make sure nobody's coming in.
See anybody?
Alright, airspeed alive. Gonna rotate at 70. Right there.
Quickly.
Yeah. Autopilot on. Alright, so we're going to enter the clouds, and now I'm going to go talk to air traffic control. Potomac approach, Cirrus 1963 Echo, 1,400, climbing 2,000.
Number 1963 Echo, radar contact sub-miles north to Hanover Airport, climb maintain 8,000.
Climb maintain 8,000, 63 Echo. It's like a white sheet on the plane, right?
Yeah.
It's of no use to look outside. See, I'm all here.
Right.
I don't care what's going on out there. I'm focused on all this. I'm looking at how many gallons of fuel we've used so far. We've used 4.2 gallons already. At 5 gallons, we're going to switch tanks to the other tank. I'm looking at what my altitude is.
November 1963 Echo, contact approach 128.52.
128.52, 63 Echo.
So he just handed you up to
Yeah,
somebody else?
because his radar, his radar doesn't cover the entire country, right? So he has what's called a sector. And we're going to climb, so we burn a lot more fuel. We're burning almost 33 gallons per hour. How about that? But we won't once we're in cruise.
Yeah, I was starting to get worried.
Yeah, exactly. Potomac approach, Cirrus 1963 Echo, 4,500, climbing 8,000.
Cirrus 1963 Echo, Potomac approach, Gulf altimeter 3000.
3000, 63 Echo. So I'm just constantly checking stuff in case you're wondering what I'm doing. You don't know where my eyes are. Just constantly thinking.
A lot of stuff to process.
Yeah, it is.
With Alpha.
See, these guys, these are the commercial airliners like Delta, American, US Air.
374, reduce speed to
And so we're talking to the same people. But we're coming into Potomac area, the Washington area, so it's a pretty busy area. So her sector is probably like
582, reduce
that.
speed to 230. Air Shuttle 6047, flighting 030.
All right, so the autopilot's leveling off at 8. So now I'm at full throttle, like I've got it floored. So I need to come off the throttle, or otherwise we'll just be going a million miles per hour. So now I'm configuring for cruise, and there is a checklist for that.
United 2125.
Look at this.
Cigar.
He's talking
3579, final 34.2.
2125. He just saw
34.2, Brickyard 3579. Good day.
United Airlines, UAL 2125. He just said United Airlines 2125. He's only 1,000 feet above us. if if these clouds were in here, he's crossing in front of us. If the clouds were in here, there he is, right there.
Where?
You see a
Oh
plane?
yeah, I do.
See him?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
United Airlines flight. Where'd he go? Flight 2125. There are passengers on that flight. Their ticket on their phone says UAL 2125.
Wow. We're up here with the
See,
big
he's
boys.
at our altitude right now.
Delta Alpha, change
He's
advisory,
coming
frequency
down.
approved, talking on the miss.
Into DC.
He's going into
One
DC.
Delta Alpha, cruise
He's
90.
going in here. Going into
Digit
Dulles.
312, descend to maintain 4,000.
Whoever developed autopilot.
Oh my God. It's unbelievably beneficial, not just because it's cool, because I can scratch an itch, for safety. Oh my God. I'm not having to deal with all this, because when you can't see outside, you don't have any visual reference to the horizon. So that's why these things are so valuable, right? That's a fake horizon. And it's easy to get disoriented. Autopilot is fantastic. All these planes, they take off, they rotate, and they put the landing gear up, turn on the autopilot. All right, I'm going to talk to him again because he might want me at a different altitude. You're supposed to use even altitudes when you're going kind of westerly and odd altitudes when you're kind of going easterly. So we just changed. Now we're doing easterly. Potomac approach, Cirrus 1963 Echo with request.
Cirrus 1963 Echo, go ahead.
Yes, after the turn I just made, I'm now in an easterly direction. Didn't know if you wanted me at a different altitude or if you don't care.
Yeah, you want 7 or 9?
Let's go 963 Echo.
Roger, try to maintain 9 or 1,000.
9063 Echo. So, you know, unlike a highway system, we've got a highway system too, but A, there are no roads per se, and B, you've got a third dimension. Anywhere
Controller, is that all right?
in the country,
Thank you.
if you're
And
going
actually, it's 2813, just to amend your altitude, just maintain 10.
generally westerly,
Okay, descend
could be
to
like
maintain
this
10,000
or this or this,
2030.
right?
Thank you.
Generally westerly. You're supposed to fly at an even altitude, and easterly you should be an odd. So what that does is planes coming at each other would never be at the same altitude. You would always have 1,000-foot separation. Isn't that clever?
Yeah, yeah.
And all these United Airlines are doing the same thing.
63 Echo, traffic off your nose and 3 miles southeastbound, the regional at 10,000.
63 Echo. Regional
63 Echo, contact Potomac 126.82, 2682.
2682, 63 Echo. Oh, you see that guy?
312, cross flat at about
he's like-
3,700, clear for
He's
the...
like right there. We can't see him. See, he's
RNAV
yellow.
runway 32
Yellow because he's so close to us.
3700 clad or above and cleared for the RNAV GPS.
So he's 1,000 feet above us.
We got
It's
34,
possible
35, 30,
in a
excuse me,
minute
just to
here
maintain 6,000.
we'll have a little bit of turbulence
6,000, Brooker 30.
because of his wake. So don't be surprised.
2813, traffic off your nose and 6 miles northbound, level at 9 or 1,000, Spirit.
126, that's me. He's talking about 28. Potomac approach, Cirrus 1963 Echo 9000.
For 1963 Echo, welcome aboard. Martinsburg altimeter is 29908.
2998, 63 Echo.
Meter 4353, speed 250.
So we're going to continue to hear this until we get away from
Meter
DC.
4252, speed 250 down to
Then
10,000.
we'll switch to a different
250
channel.
now, down to 10,000.
Then we'll switch to what?
Different channel.
Yeah, right on.
You want any water?
Yeah, I do actually.
One right.
Estimated time en route, ETE, is 1 hour 8 minutes.
Meter 42.
That's all the way to the airport. We'll have 26 gallon fuel on destination. FOD. We'll have 26 gallons on board when we land.
10,000, we'll expect one right.
It's 192 nautical miles to our destination of KITH.
So change my frequency 26.
We've got 43 gallons on board right now as we're burning off the fuel in these tanks.
But they hold 46 each. When you did, why didn't you have enough gas to get there?
Very good question. Weight.
Just wait.
Weight. I would be pushing the upper limit. You know, this thing will hold 94 gallons, 92 gallons. That's times 6. That's, what is that? That's 500 pounds of fuel, you know. So I couldn't do that and take you and take 2 scooters and take our luggage and take, so I had to stop short of filling it up.
Just reduce your speed 20 knots for me, please.
Reduce speed for 4 spots.
Why Why do they keep producing?
Meter
vehicles?
4252 is going to maintain 4,000.
It's called sequencing.
We have A1 contact Hagerstown Tower
When you're,
20.3.
you know, there are a shit ton of aircraft trying to go in and out of. These are all the
Remember,
planes that are out there
we
right
got a new
now.
route for you. Let me know when you're ready
You
to
see them
copy.
moving?
Yeah.
421,
So
copy.
he's look here at
421
Dulles.
ranking, you're clear to destination via radar vector.
Like a beehive.
Victor 39 to
So
Lancaster,
he's constantly
and then direct,
trying to
climb and
sequence.
maintain,
This one goes before that one.
5,000.
It's like some kind of chess game or some kind of Chinese
14
puzzle.
November Yankee, Roger,
So
copy,
he's like, if these two are,
vector,
see these
Victor
two?
39 to
They're both
Lancaster,
going to the
direct
same
climb to
place.
5,000.
So he might tell United
I'll
Airlines
have another vector join here
to
in
slow
just a
down a little
moment.
bit
Roger,
because he's
421.
getting too close. He is
Number 656 Tango Tango.
5
turn left
miles
direct,
behind
hustle,
that guy.
and descend to maintain
He might want him
4,000.
10 miles
Left
behind or
direct
7
hustle, and
for
4,000,
more
thank you.
space. So he might tell Ash, whatever that is, to speed up,
4,000.
or he might tell him to slow down
4,000, Cherokee 251.
because he's trying to
November
sequence.
521 down off report.
Trying to
inbound on the
sequence
approach.
all these
The
guys.
landing, yeah.
It's a job, man. They say the kids that were into gaming
Yeah.
are really, they transition into ATC
Well,
really
it's
well.
funny you should say that because I've got a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
He's an air traffic controller in Charlotte.
Okay, yeah, Charlotte. Woo!
It's
one of the busiest airports in the country.
12,000.
But you know what his hobby is?
Yeah.
Gaming.
Yeah, okay, yep. Chicken or the egg.
Number 834 Hotel Papa, kind of Potomac 25,
Yeah, I don't know what he
52,
started
1255.
for.
Right, yeah.
Commuter 45, 25,
Man, he is
250 till it
busy.
dies, kind of funnel
So at some
25,
point,
have a
he's
good
going to
day.
hand me off to another controller. I'm just cruising through his space.
Right.
Commuter 42, 52,
Behave
250 till
yourself.
advise, 25, 8 please.
What's our fuel?
25, 8, commuter 42, 52.
What's our fuel?
Commuter 42,
We use 18.8 total.
You're going to switch over.
I've got
Okay, 36,
18
37,
minutes
direct hustle, maintain
because I remember I
6,000.
did
Hustle,
5, 5,
With 7, 2 heavy, squawk
Five.
7,
Now I want to do 5,
053.
5 again. So what is that? That's 25 total.
Yeah.
So at 25 cumulative total,
Yeah, you're
that should
switching.
be about 18 minutes. That's
Say
where
again?
I should be switching again.
Got it. Yeah, John Weaver said, I mean, he's
Okay,
like,
9,250, then
things are
11,000,
so
please.
much different.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he flew, what, 30 years ago or more?
None of this stuff. It was like gauges with needles.
Okay, 36, 37,
Very
maintain
primitive.
6,000.
Yeah.
Hustle, 6
Because he flew before I knew him, and I knew him,
Troy
I met
62,
him
fly
in
heading
1986.
260,
So he was
and
flying
descend and
before
maintain
then.
Is that right?
Yeah.
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 He's very excited about it. I'm happy for him.
So what did they used to do before the de-icing technology?
There, you move, you go somewhere else. You
Transport
go
3203,
lower, go higher,
Bob, it's not your request.
um,
Bravo, Oscar,
and
Bravo.
you go
Sierra,
land,
Sierra,
whatever you got to
southbound,
do
50
to get out of it.
802.
But they didn't have outside air temperature, did they?
Yeah,
direct, Bravo, Oscar,
old
Bravo,
airplanes
Sierra, then Allentown,
just have a,
Correct.
literally have like
3203.
a turkey thermometer, like stuck
Number
through the,
4441,
they'll have like a hole here in the glass.
2000.
Will autopilot actually land
No.
the plane?
No, it'll get really close, but it'll be a train wreck at the bottom. The problem is it doesn't, there are planes that will land autopilot. This one won't. There are planes that have auto land, and they will, they have to have higher class. It's $100,000 system, you know, at least, maybe more, maybe $250,000. Cirrus has a jet that'll auto land, and if you pass out, you know, the equivalent of this, if I just stop touching controls, this
Yeah.
plane will do it. If I stop touching controls,
Yeah.
it will say, are you there? Are you awake? Press a button. And if I don't, on this plane, if I don't respond by doing something, by doing anything, it will ask again, and after a certain number of minutes, it'll automatically descend to a lower altitude and ping out an emergency frequency. But it won't like deploy the parachute and do that or anything.
Did somebody else deploy your parachute remotely?
No. So auto land, the key, it's all about this. The problem is this throttle is mechanical, it's physical. There's no servo motor on this, because for auto land, you got to slow the hell down. You got to be going like barely enough to fly. So we're at like full chat. We're like going down the interstate right now. So this system can line me up and descend me to the runway, but I'll be going 200 miles per hour when I get there, right?
Because you can't control your
The
throttle.
throttle. Now, the planes that have auto land with GPS, they have auto throttle as well. And there are planes that have them, but none of those planes sitting at the airport back there. I mean, that is some.
Do the commercial
That's
planes
commercial
have
level stuff right there.
it? Yeah.
I'm going to ask for lower, just out of good practice.
Okay.
New York Center 1963 Echo with request.
Go ahead.
I am in precip at 4 degrees outside temperature. Would like to. I'm not seeing ice, but I would like to get down to 7 if possible.
1963 Echo, descend and maintain 7,000, and I'll get you on line with Harrisburg approach.
Very good. 7,063 Echo. All right, so I take this altitude select. I put it on 7,000. I say vertical speed, and I say I want to descend at 500 feet per minute. Negative 500.
What's that about?
Vertical speed is, you know, our speed going across the ground is our horizontal speed, but the vertical speed
4441
is like how fast are you going up or down.
Got it.
So when we rotated out of the airport and climbed up,
464, descend and maintain
we
about
were
230.
climbing at about 500 feet per minute, which is a very customary vertical speed.
Contact New York,
And descending
120.02, and
500 feet per minute is a very customary. It doesn't surprise anybody. I could crank this up to 1,000 feet per minute. You know, we're really like going down.
Yeah.
But that's what's customary is 500 feet per minute. All these airliners.
1963 Echo, contact the Harrisburg approach on 126.45.
2645 Harrisburg 63 Echo. Harrisburg approach, Cirrus 1963 Echo 8,200, descending 7,000.
Cirrus 1963 Echo, Harrisburg approach, Harrisburg altimeter 29er.
29er63 Echo. So what we hope, we're still in rain, but what we're hoping is we pick up an extra degree by getting down.
We
picked up a degree.
Yeah, I see.
We might pick up one more. So that just gives us a little more margin. The wind.
New York Center on 134.8.
I don't know if that was for me. He was broken up. He'll call it again if that was for me. The wind is out of 150.
Cirrus 1963 Echo, contact New York Center 134.8.
34.8. And thank you. That was Scratchy coming in. 34.8. 63 Echo.
Lifeline 2, contact Reading approach 125.15.
All right, so I'm starting to think about our landing. So we are, the runway at Ithaca is here. You see that?
Coming in at right angles, aren't we?
Yeah. So we are going to want to land on this way. Here,
How do you know what the wind direction
because it's right there. The wind is coming out of 150 at 10 knots. The first 3 digits are where's the wind coming from. So the wind's coming from this way. Because this is 180, right? Coming out of 180, coming out of the south, coming out of the east, coming out of the north. So it's coming out of the southeast, which is perfect to fly this.
1963 Echo, turn 15 degrees right, vectors for traffic.
15 degrees right, 63 Echo. All right, heading mode. So what am I now? I'm 26. So I want to go, what's 26 plus 15?
41.
41. So she's vectoring
Timer
me now.
expired.
All right, 23.7. Your job is to watch that.
Got it.
So she's turning me.
Already?
Yeah. Not because of that though. Because of some traffic. So we can probably find out who that is.
November 1963 Echo, you have traffic 2 o'clock and about 10 miles northwestbound, descending at a 10,000 to 8,000. That's the number 145.
Thank you. 63 Echo.
Piedmont 5803, traffic 10 o'clock and about 8
I don't see
miles
him.
northeastbound at 7,000. That's a Cirrus. Maintain 8,000. I'll have lower for you when you're clear of them.
You see? She's talking to them and talking to me.
And we're in IMC right now, Piedmont 5803.
Roger, just maintain 8,000, lower in about 2 minutes when you're clear of them.
Maintain 8,000, Piedmont 5803.
So they're supposed to keep us.
151, 8,000, turning direct.
Supposed to keep an eye on that.
Yep.
They're supposed to keep us
about 1 minute, altimeter at
least 1,000 feet apart.
Triple niner.
It's called separation.
Sam 151.
November 1963 Echo, that traffic's now 2 o'clock, 3 miles. They're leveling 1,000 feet above you.
63 Echo.
Piedmont 5803.
Yeah, I can't see 'em.
Now 11 to
So,
12 o'clock in about 3
I don't know why
miles
they're
north,
not here.
down to
Oh, there they are.
1,000 feet below you.
Yeah.
See them?
Why'd
Piedmont?
IMC, we have them on TCAS.
Why'd they just now show up?
It's great. It's not it's not flawless. See, she's keeping him 1,000 feet above me.
And then I think she told him she was going to let him go down after
Yeah.
he crossed
Yep.
over us.
Sam 151, turn 10 degrees left, vectors for traffic.
Look at that. Traffic 1 o'clock.
10 left.
It's like this way.
51.
2 miles away.
Yeah, we don't
Let's
have
see
a
if we can
shot
see
at
him.
Yeah. I don't
Oh, we
think
are in
so.
the rain.
Yeah.
We might never see him. He's right in front of us, right above us. Yep. Welcome to instrument. Look at that. That's another feature of this.
What was that?
That was the plane.
That was
It'll
it?
actually show it on there.
November 1963 Echo, clear direct to destination.
Clear direct destination 63 Echo.
Sam
All right.
151.
So
traffic
she's
passing
saying I
just
can
off
go
the right
on. I
side,
go
I'll have higher in
straight.
about a minute.
151.
Enter, enter. Oh my God, like that. You see what I just did?
Then we're going to fly around the airport.
Uh,
We're at 25.
Oh, thanks.
November 1963 Echo, change to my frequency 124.9er.
24.9er, 63 Echo.
Zulu.
So she basically just changed antennas for our benefit. You heard her voice didn't even
November
change
825 Golf Bravo,
when
contact
I
US
switched
Center,
it. She was
124.62.
mid-sentence. I switched frequencies and it was the same thing. All right, so rain is not a problem
November
because
373 Alpha,
it is
Alpha,
6 degrees
turn
above
left to
freezing
the
out
heading
there.
Of
You
190
have
and
it
then
off,
vectors for
your
a
icing.
shortcut.
I turned it off just to save it. You know, I've got a limited amount. It's like it's not an infinite amount.
November 3 Alpha Alpha,
TK,
flight 190.
TKS quantity in gallons. I've got a gallon and a half of that stuff. So I don't want to just like just run it.
You'll get better as you get further south.
Coming into that dark green. There's light green, dark green, yellow, red, pink. All right.
Pink? I never seen.
Yeah, you don't. I will
wanna see
never.
pink.
I will never go in. I don't even like going in red. I'll never go in pink. You should never, and no one should. That now the weather is. We can't hear it. We're too far away. That's fine.
Right,
So
it's ready to
when we
go.
see an RX, a receive, you know, when I hit the button, see transmit TX, right there. Did you see it? I'll do it again.
Yes.
And when you see RX up there, when she starts talking again, you'll
It'll be
see,
RX.
yeah. And then, so when we see an RX down here in COM2, that means the weather's starting to back, right? So we're too far away to hear it right now, and that's totally normal. That's what I would have expected.
Well, it looks like we got past all the yellow stuff safely.
Yeah, that was it. I don't know. This should be going that way, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
looks like we're getting. See, it's supposed to be better up here. That's what everything said. So hallelujah.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see the lakes.
It'd be good to see the ground for the first time on
Look,
this
I see
flight.
ground.
All right then. You know, it's that's what it's been saying the whole time.
November 1107 Quebec, radar contact about
See,
7 miles south of Williamsport.
if I had a nickel for the amount of minutes I spent on every flight studying this stuff, because I take this really seriously.
07 Quebec for, what was the departure airport?
Talk about the weather or the whole plan.
Weather and yeah. Elmira approach, Cirrus 1963 Echo with Alpha.
63 Echo, large, thanks.
So soon she'll descend me. So they were broadcasting, they were advertising is the word, the visual approach for runway 14, which means I don't even have to fly this whole, it's like 10 miles, you know. So we'll see. They have to get me below the cloud deck before I can fly it visually. Otherwise, I have
So
to.
visually, you may have a straighter route in, and
Yeah, it could be. If we fly visually, they might be able to take me to this point, like where it says Staten.
yeah.
And then say turn right and go land, you know, and that just saves fuel and time, and you know. So
Sure.
we'll see. They need to get me. We're in the, you know, we got to get below this. 3,500 plus 1,100
46
is at 4,600 when we start descending.
See,
If
so
she descends us to 4,000, we'll go out. We'll pop out from under the clouds, and it'll be like farms, horses. And then I could fly a visual landing. But we'll see. Well, they have to get us down to at least 4,500.
63 Echo descent, pilot's discretion, maintain 5,000.
5,000, 63 Echo, pilot's discretion. All right, so I'm gonna go down to 5. They said go to 5 or, and you don't have to do it right now. If you want to wait a little bit or do it slowly or fast, I'm gonna choose 500 feet per minute to go down. So we're probably gonna be shark finning at 5,000. We'll have our vertical tail in the clouds. We'll see. We'll find out in a little bit. So every airport, almost every airport that matters, any decent airport has these different approaches, right? This is made for cloudy conditions. So this is how you can use this equipment and your brain to go in there and land. This is the plan view. This is the profile. So this gives me all the information to do this landing if it looks like this white sheet on the plane. But we're seeing, and we're starting to see the ground contact already, right? So it looks like we're not going to have to fly this approach, but I was prepared to. All right, let's do a checklist. Descent checklist. Altimeter is set. Approach briefed and loaded. This is the approach. When I get there, I can't seem to have clear sight to the ground, and she's like, you want to just fly the approach? I'd be like, yes. And I can immediately go to this and use it. And you end up using the autopilot to do it for us. Let's start slowing things down. We're going 193 knots ground speed. So when you get closer to our airport, you're supposed to chill it out, cool things, not like engine, but that too, but you're supposed to get in the mindset of you're going slower. This is it's not a race here. Oh yeah, it's going to be a visual landing.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's exactly what the weather said.
Crazy.
That's why I just wanted to get out of all that shit behind us, because I knew it was going to be okay up here.
Yeah, it turned out well. That may be Seneca Lake there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, could be. It's always a little bit bumpy when you go through clouds, because it's a mass. You know, they're stuff, molecules. Here's the shark finning right here.
Yeah.
Sirius 63 Echo, descent pilot discretion, maintain 3,300.
3,300, 63 Echo. Altimeter down to 3,000. That'll fix everything, won't it?
3,300.
Wonder if the guys are here. Ken was like a machine.
Yeah.
Leaving it freaking whatever, dark 30. You know how Ken is, right?
He's ready to go.
Yeah.
I actually talked to him a little bit. They really didn't have much traffic. I know they had some heavy traffic, but no problems until the standstill. So could that be the airport beyond the...
Yeah, it is. You see the clearing. Anytime you see like...
something flat.
Yeah, grass, not trees. It kind of looks like it's been carved out. Good for you. That's one of the things that's hard for people. I can spot an airport from as far away. You know, you get good at that, and that was great for you to do that.
Beautiful country, geez.
Yeah, it is. It is. Hard winters, though, right?
Yeah.
But you get that in your blood, you're like, that's all I know.
I'm convinced that people that live in Buffalo only live there because they don't know any better.
Yeah, because it's what they're used to. It's like, I don't know, I guess I just never thought about it. He said he'll take...
Echo, airport's 12 o'clock, 8 miles.
Airport in sight, 63 Echo.
Sirius 63 Echo, clear visual approach, runway 14, radar service terminated, contact Ithaca Tower on 190.6. Have a good rest of your day.
Ithaca Tower, Cirrus 1963 Echo, 7 miles to the south, inbound, landing 14.
Cirrus 1963 Echo, Ithaca Tower, enter right downwind for runway 14, report midfield.
Very good, right downwind, 14, we'll report midfield, 63 Echo. All right, so let's get on, let me get off autopilot here and do this manually. Before the runway, I will turn left and parallel the runway and go over there.
How many miles short of it, though? I mean,
yeah,
what point?
You end up, it's like a mile.
Okay.
But you end up having a feel for it.
Here's 63 Echo, you are in sight. Disregard the midfield call. Wind 180 at 7, gust 14, runway 14, clear to land.
So gusty. Let's be ready for that. So it could be what's called a sporty landing.
Sporty.
So he's in a tower. You'll see it like a black top
Yeah, I see it.
All right, so
there.
he's looking, or was looking at us.
Mid tower, mid runway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Right
anytime
about
I go
there.
somewhere I haven't gone before,
Yeah.
I will make everything bigger.
Right.
Because,
Bigger
you know,
radius.
yeah, because of practice, you know, at home, I'm like,
Altitude.
yeah, I've got this all taken care of at home. Where's the runway? Oh, it's over there. Okay.
Yeah, let me know if you need me to point it out.
Oh, we're okay. I'll get there. All right, let's get the speed down so I can get the flaps in.
Minimums.
That's how we would have to be able to see the runway at that point. There's the gust he was talking about. I'm going to land with no flaps. I mean, with 50% only, not all flaps. When it's gusty, you're supposed to land a little bit faster.
Yeah, good job.
Nice big runway. Woohoo!
One
See the
little
gust?
push at
See
the
that
end,
the
yeah.
windsock?
Yeah.
He's going to ask me where I'm going. I'm going to the FBO.
63 Echo, taxi to parking via Echo, remain as frequency.
Very good. I'm headed to the FPO, 63 Echo.
Taxi to parking. So
FBO.
there.
Clear.
So he said I'd go ahead and taxi. Pick up.
Number 4390, runway 14, taxi Alpha.
What? I was waving.
Yeah, that's very nice.
No, I mean, he was doing.
Number
Yeah.
4390, runway 14, taxi via Alpha.
Okay, all right, he's going there.
Okay, that's what he's telling you.
Yep. We're probably going to be in that van,
9 miles
taking us over to the rental car.
Set up for right downwind for 14.
66230 with guitar report midfield right downwind, runway 14, altimeter 3000.
Port midfield 1 right, midfield downwind 14, 620.
So we got those, what do you call them, the scooters to carry. So that's going to be, maybe you can help with that. I'm going to pay a little extra and have indoor parking because life is short. So they'll move this tonight. Okay, and landing strobe navs. Yeah, that van's for us. Okay. Are we good? Think. What do I want to do? I'm going to get gas, so I don't need to write that down. These are off. I won't do anything with that. So I'm going to turn off avionics. You just need to shut down your noise canceling, which is this.
We didn't take a lot of pics or video of us on track, but it was a great event and we all had a great time with no incidents on track.
And brave that. And guess what? Nothing bad happened.
We've all been on track at the Glen for many years, but this event was special because we helped Mark and Maria celebrate the retirement of their leadership role with Chin Motorsports.